All right, Capricorn, time for your bonus. Man, I don't know. How did you get here? That was quick. The Thorn Prince? Good question. Anyway, though, appreciate you tuning in for the Cappy bonus, though. So, what's up, y'all? What's up? What's good? Anyway, though, again, information for tips, donations, my Facebook and my Instagram are all in the description of the playback for anybody new to my channel. With these bonuses, I like to try to maybe cover a little bit more of the story that I possibly missed with the monthly, or it may just tell a completely different story about a different situation. I don't know. I just think they're fun, and y'all tend to like them too. So anywho, let's hop right into it for Capricorn. Capricorn universe. What we got for Capricorn? Ooh, Knight of Wands reversed. All right, 3 shuffles. 1. There's 2. And 3. Thank you, Thorn Prince. Appreciate you. I'm knocking out all the bonuses. Back to back to back to back. I got to get on these April readings, dude. This Mercury retrograde has been kicking my ass. Okay, but today, dude, it's Aries season. Mercury's going to be direct in 3 days. No excuses. Bang, time to go, right? Anyway, though, I'm starting this the way I start most of my monthlies, okay? The first card off the bottom of the deck is the energy influencing you, followed by the way people may be looking at you, the external energy, and then the internal energy, how you're feeling on the inside. Knight of Wands reversed, flipped itself out while I was shuffling, so you may feel kind of like time has been standing still, dude. I concur. Yes, sir. I concur. The way people may be looking at you is kind of like you're just hanging around waiting with the hangman, quite literally, at face value. Kind of just hanging around waiting, not really doing too much, just kind of like, I don't know, just kind of hanging around waiting, just kind of like hanging in limbo. This may be the way people are perceiving you, you know. But on the inside, there's something you're still clinging on to very, very tightly for dear life. Look at him. Look at him. He's even got one of them pentacles balanced on his head, man. Look at that shit. He wants that. He's like, man, I need this other pentacle. I'll stick the damn thing on my head if I have to. I ain't letting go of it. Anyway, though, so those are the most those are the most general cards of the entire reading. So let's go ahead and hop right into it. Okay, let's hop into this reading. Okay, all right, 3 shuffles. Oops, come on. There we go. 1. There's 2. And 3. Oop, no bottom card. All right. I'm confused already. Oh, I'm sorry. I totally forgot to mention the energy influencing you. Duh. Okay, well, the energy influencing you is the King of Swords in the upright. Okay? So definitely, you're feeling pretty cold and detached from this particular situation right here. But I'm feeling that's kind of mutual, okay? The person you're dealing with has the Queen of Swords in the upright. So, for the most part, I definitely see this as something. Okay, here's what I'm feeling off of this. I'm just going to speak it how I feel it. This right here is something that in the past I see for whatever reason. I feel a cycle here. Like he was like, okay, this is something you already turned and walked away from and completely lost interest in. But for some other unknown stubborn reason, you went ahead and tried it again. I've done that before. We've all done that a million times. And that's what I feel like is happening right here. Or at least happened in the past, okay? The person that you're dealing with, though, I don't know. Looks like they're holding a grudge. They were definitely holding a grudge, hanging on to some shit that happened in the past that yeah, it wasn't cool. I'm definitely feeling a cycle right here. And they are pretty much coming across the same way that you're coming across to them for the most part. This is like a really, yeah, it's like a love offer, but like I said, there's so little passion and so little interest here that it's like didn't even feel like a love offer to them, you know? is what I'm getting here, you know. So looks like it's something that went ahead and started up though. Went ahead and started up, and it was pretty balanced for the most part. But I don't feel like the person you were dealing with really wanted to work on it. You know, see, you're an earth sign. Okay, you're a very, very, very headstrong earth sign. So you don't necessarily need passion in order to do something. Okay, you don't really need to be passionate about it to get yourself motivated to do it. If it helps, you know what I'm saying? It definitely helps to be passionate and really, really. But I'm not feeling that here. I'm not feeling it here. I'm feeling like it was more like the principle of the matter. Like it was a principle matter, not a matter of emotion or a matter of passion or feeling. Does that make any sense at all? That's just really what I'm getting out of this right here. Very cold and dry. You know what I'm saying? And for the most part, yeah, I don't really think the individual took you seriously, and they didn't really want to work on it because it didn't really feel like genuine to them. That's what I'm feeling here. Okay, so I hope that makes sense, y'all. The readings that come to the end. I was saying this earlier on the weekly forecast. They always, every single time I get, sometimes near Sagittarius, but Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces always get so complex that I almost don't even really, and it rarely ever makes sense to me. So I try to read them as good as I can. Anyway, though, let's go ahead and look a little bit deeper into the person that you're dealing with. Person, people, and or situations external to Capricorn having the biggest influence on this reading. 4 shuffles. 1. Here's 2. Here's 3. And 4. I appreciate y'all's positive feedback. That's always a good feeling. It's always a good feeling when I'm like, am I reading this right? It didn't make no sense. And then everybody's like, yes, it makes perfect sense. I'm like, hell yeah, cool, good deal. All right, so now it's getting a little confusing. Okay, I see now. So overall, this individual really is interested in coming together with you. Absolutely, and they're very, very, they had a lot of emotion about this right here, but I don't really feel like, they just don't feel like there's any emotion coming from you. And there may not be, there may legitimately not be. So I kind of feel like they, for the most part, just sit around and maybe stalk your Facebook page and whatnot. Very little communication, okay? Page of Cups and Swords are both in the reverse right here. So like I said, for the most part, kind of like the most logical decision to make about this is to like not offer any love and not try to manifest anything like brand new for whatever reason. They want to, but there's that Queen of Swords again. Again, they got the Queen of Swords again. They feel like this is very, very one-sided and greedy on your part. They feel lonely. They, like, even when y'all are together, they really don't honestly feel like you're putting everything into it, is what I'm getting out of this right here. So, but overall, like I said, they want to. They do have very strong emotions and they want to. They're just not because they aren't taking it seriously. They don't feel like, so they're kind of coming at you the same way you're coming at them. Very, very close, kind of cold and distant, So, let's see where this situation is going to most likely end up. Where's this situation most likely going to end up in the long run? All right, 4 shuffles. 1. Here's 2. Here's 3. And 4. Narcissists play the victim. Yeah, they do, don't they? They do. I don't really like, that's kind of like one of my pet peeves, like people throwing that, so many people throw that word out there, narcissist, Oh, I don't get along with somebody, so they're a narcissist. But no, they really do. They do. What they do that kills me is that they provoke you, And then once you respond and once you react, then they play the victim like they're the victim of what you're doing. You know, that's what a true narcissist does. I haven't met very many of them in my life. I've met a couple, like real legitimate narcissists, and that's exactly what they do. That is what they do. But again, I do feel like that's a very overused term. A lot of people use it like way too much, you know. But yep, they play the victim. They play the victim. They attack you. They fuck you over, and then when you defend yourself against it, then you're the bad guy and they're the victim. It's just a cycle that you have to completely walk away from, you know. Anyway, though, I kind of feel like maybe somebody here feels a little bit guilty about how this situation went wrong. So there is an offer that's going to be made. There is an offer that's going to be made, but here's the thing. Somebody here is doing this out of loneliness. Somebody here is doing this out of loneliness, okay? And they have a very, very bad attitude. It looks like it does have the potential to end up working out, but this is one of those things right here where I'm seeing it split right down the middle. Some of you are going to choose to do it and some of you aren't. It's the only way I can read this right here. Like I said, somebody feels guilty because somebody here is very, very codependent. Somebody here is very codependent. So as a result of that, somebody feels very, very guilty. You know, whoever it is that's codependent makes the other person feel guilty, right? And that's what's going on here. So there is going to be an offer made. And like I said, it does have the potential to work out. It does, but Two of Pentacles reversed. That's kind of, that's one of those, I don't really have a solid definition for where it's going to end up. I really don't. I'm not going to pretend that I do. This happens sometimes. It doesn't even matter. Either way, you have the power to change anything. You know that, right? You have the power at any given moment to change the outcome if you don't like where it's headed. It's a little bit of work. I've had to do that before. I've had to do that. I got a tarot reading one time. I told you, the lady that introduced me to tarot, that happened. And I had to work. Once things started rolling out the way my reading went, I had to work really, really hard, but I changed it. I sure did. Anywho, though, what advice do we have for my Cappies? What advice do we have for my Cappies? What advice do we have for my Cappies? Alrighty. 3 shuffles for advice. Here's 1. Here's 2. And 3. For right now, it's kind of advising against it. It's kind of advising against it. I would not, okay? There is no growth and there's no expansion right now, okay? I would definitely recommend probably ignoring this individual, okay? This is the end of an old cycle and the beginning of a new one. I don't know if you feel it, but I sure as hell do. We all feel that, okay? So as a result of that, I kind of feel like you need to go inside and spend a little bit more time in here. But for right now, don't put any forward movement with that situation. I would not, okay? Can if you want. Hey, you know, go ahead. But I'm kind of getting, the advice that I'm getting here is to kind of advise against it. To advise against it, okay? Especially with the Empress and the Chariot both being in the reverse. I would advise that you not. All right, well, I hope that reading resonated. I hope it did okay. I'm going to knock out the rest of these bonuses today. And I got to get started on April's readings here very, very soon. Anyway, though, I greatly appreciate all y'all